an old saying from the 90s and early 2000s. Hey man, you're watching someone else play a game? I don't understand it. You're gonna watch someone else play a video game? 4 a.m. in the morning on my time, Eastern Standard, and we're about to get started with some Apex, amazing Apex tournaments from the ALGS. If you don't know what the ALGS, we'll talk about it very quickly, break down what you're going to be expecting, and build from there, because man, it is going to be a ride. I am not going to be commentating and doing a hosting event here, but we are doing a watch party, so it's more of a celebration of our community and everything we have. Okay, so expect some good times, some casual vibes, and nothing too wild. We just want to chill and let you guys enjoy the games as well, with a little bit of commentary here and there, you know, sprinkle. Hello, I'm your host, Mad Gamer. We are looking at right now the live feed from the Apex Legends Global Series. Today, it is right now. This is the split 2 regular season setup for what stats and different things like kills and standings and so on. But today, what you're getting is the actual playoffs that are kicking off, and you have 3 full days. Friday, which is right now at 4 a.m. Another event, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everything I talk about is going to be Eastern Standard Time because that's where I live, and that's what I'm going to bring to you guys. And then 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So 3 different events. It's basically Group A versus Group B, Group C versus Group D, and then they'll mix that up and throw Group A versus Group C, and it'll just continue to change different teams, putting them against each other. So that is the general format of today. There's plenty to talk about, a little too much to talk about. I don't usually host watch parties for esports events. I like to just sit back, honestly, on my sofa, recline, and just enjoy. But we out here, man. We're gonna do it because I want my community and everyone to know about this, because it is a celebration for all of us esports hosts like myself, the esports players like yourself if you're watching and you're a player. And overall, this community has been amazing. A lot of greatness has happened. A lot of great teams, a lot of great players, a lot of great organizers, a little bit of everything out there for you. And the most important thing is that Apex Legends is the best battle royale game out there. Best first person shooter, in my opinion. I can't think of one better right now that's out. That's better. So with that said, today's 3 events, we won't be capturing everything, but we're going to try to capture the first beginning of these events, and you're going to see footage of possibly the tournaments because they're in Stockholm, really far away from the US, and this is so sick. I get goosebumps and I want to listen in. I got to be careful here. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike, but let's listen in anyways and get banned from all. I'm on 30 plus platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, live right now on all of them, and I'm deciding to check this out live.
It all comes down to this.
North America, USA, APAC, West and North, EMEA, all 5 different areas fighting for one goal: $1 million. $1 million. Man, this music's good. They're hitting right now.
Today is gonna be our day.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be our day. My day.
Target spotted. the
Loving
dance
it.
has continued between the knockdown shields, between the smoke, in between the zone.
Scars with 6 kills at the moment, looking for more.
Great
They're
intro
out
right
to 7,
now.
Looking for 9.
Go, boys! We're so good!
It's good vibes. Hopefully I don't get copyright strikes. We gonna see. Got some beamers in the building. This is hype right now. Wow.
Okay, bottom right when you have it. Go, 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 go. Quick, 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 quick.
2 seconds, 2 seconds. Go, 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 go. Bob on me.
Fighting Sharky.
What a beam though onto Bunny Hop. How has Fussy pulled that one off? That'll be the go signal. And Sukaraiku, they're looking for the back-to-back. Waltzy has to duck away to safety. He doesn't have any shields. Fussy is in there. He's with Bullet. They're trying to find the shots. They're not quite connecting. Eventually, they do. Bullet goes down, trades 1 for 1, but Waltzy is back, and Sukaraiku are as well. It is a back-to-back.
So for me, guys, I get to watch these tournaments and do a couple of things. First and foremost, enjoy esports. One of my favorite first-person shooters of all time, Titanfall 2, and Apex, the best battle royale without a doubt. There's no question. You know, maybe one will try to surpass someday. It's not happening anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. But then on top of it,
Furia, the two teams
I'm a
that were
host.
inside the trade cards now duking it out for the win. They also have a decent
I'm a host and I get to
but
see,
this is all Furia. Watson, welcome back to the ALGS and NA.
He's 1
ALGS, how it's presented, and then how it's commentated, the different organization and style of presentations and everything. It's a learning for me too. So it's a lot of good stuff for me personally.
Woo, nice Kraber shot.
What's now up to drops. He hit 72, 88 with the Mastiff. Can he clutch up here? SSG is out.
Loving it right now. This is some really dope intro.
It is time. The top Apex Legends players from around the world have converged on the city of Stockholm, Sweden, to prove they have what it takes to call themselves Split 2 champions and take the lion's share of the $1 million prize pool. My name is Kate, and it is my pleasure, nay, my delight, to welcome you for the first time since 2019
She's top tier stuff.
to the Apex Legends
Look at her
Global
haircut.
Series Pro League playoffs on LAN. Just think about that there for a moment. Of course, we couldn't do it by myself here on the desk. I will be joined by Bardolph and Xenox. Bardolph, I got to start with you. Today means so many things to so many people, and I'm not just talking about those of us behind this
All right.
desk.
So we're gonna kind of mute them for a little bit. There's a lot to talk about, but good stuff right now. So they're gonna just be discussing some of the things, and the way I'm trying to do this is respect their presentation. If you really want to watch it, please go watch it, and you could just be in my commentary talking about what you're seeing in the live feed. But what I'm gonna do is let them discuss some things. They'll be talking about everything I'll talk about. If I see, you know, a bracket, I'll discuss that. If they're talking about top teams and presenting that, I'll kind of give a breakdown on it a little bit. And there'll be times I'll jump in and out of their audio because I don't want to just do full audio. It's like a copyright issue. So I'll be in and out trying to protect my setup from any issues. But besides that, we will have some fun. As you can see right here, the playoff teams, there's literally 4 groups, as I said, today. And this event that we're watching right now, you're going to get A and B playing against each other, and C and D. So that is what we're getting today. All of these teams will be fighting against each other tonight. But a little later, as I said, at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard, they'll mix these teams up and have them face against each other. So basically, you want every single group to battle each other by the end of it all. So we're looking at a good mixture of situations, and I don't want to like isolate anybody. We all know the popular teams, you know, in America specifically, when you talk about, you know, 100 Thieves and TSM and so on and so on. There's plenty of people we know. What I like to look at is the teams that we don't know, the teams that we're learning about, that they've been performing well and doing their thing and going there. Let's listen to this. This is the breakdown.
Be showcasing those top 20 teams and those bottom 20 teams. We talk them winners and losers brackets. And Bardolph, I mean, today will be a very important day to find out who is going to be going through more of a grind than others.
Absolutely, and what's going to be interesting with all these teams playing each other, we're going to find two things. One will be familiarity, another one might be fear, and fear may lead you to that loser's bracket, a place you certainly don't want to be, but perhaps we have a miracle run from that loser's bracket. Perhaps we have the fairy tale ending for one of these teams. And I've got to say, Kate, I've got a phobia of arrows, so I don't know why we're seeing so many on the overlays. I told the guys in the back about this, and here we are.
And here we are indeed. This, of course, is how our brackets are going to work. We're going to get those top 20 winners bracket. They're going to have, listen, they're going to have a pretty good run, but they still need to prove themselves in some scary, scary lobbies. But let's talk about what those scary lobbies are going to look like. Get your phones out, screen grab if you can. This is where you're going to want to be for each of these individual stages. This is our schedule here. Of course, we have our group stage starting today. We got
who do I got? I can't talk about who I got just yet.
We'll find out how that
I like to wait until the first event. If we're going like off the bat, give me a second when they put the teams up. I'll just throw a wild guess.
Secondary stream we have here. Well, that is being done by the incredible Nicewig, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But a huge thank you to him. We got mainstream here, and that's going to be going from 10, of course, all the way through, starting off our third group there at 7:45. And then, of course, tomorrow, playoffs bracket begins at 11 a.m. CEST. And day number 3, that grand final, you are going to want to be there for that for sure. Speaking of that secondary stream, we got to make mention. There is the man, the myth, the legend himself. He is within a stone's throw of this desk, and we are fans. Certainly, we try to get him to say hi, but you know he's too cool for us, Bardolph.
He's ooming us from up above. Actually, shout out to Nicewig's mum. Nicewig's mum subscribed me to his Twitch stream. So
oh boy.
Shout out to
all right. So let's just talk about it. So somebody's asking me who do I have. I don't want to give out my pick just yet. I kind of want to let the first 2 games or 3 games go. Maybe I'll see somebody that impresses me and I'll go with my gut feeling. You know, we have our bias. We have people we like and we want to win. And then we have people who we're looking at like, damn, this team has actually been hot. They've been on point. And then you also have like that instant of like, there's this team that's just dominating right now and putting in the work. And I do believe they have what it takes. So it's a little bit of all 3 for me. I don't want to go with my logic and think outside of my personal opinion. So I'm going to assess it as we go. After like 2 games, maybe I'll make an official prediction and so on. Let's read this overview here.
Road to the championship. Top 30 teams from playoff points qualify for the championship, and that's a very important element here, Bardolph, today and certainly throughout our splits. Those points are king.
As big as this event is, as big as these playoff sides, important as they are for Apex with the run we've had in the 900 and something days, there is a monster on the horizon called the championships. And first place at these playoffs, as you can see, will be 500 points. And in this top half, there's quite a fat chunk of points you can get. But if you go in the bin early, then you will leave in 40th place with a measly 2 points. And let me tell you, that absolutely sucks.
100%. Well, of course, we are in split number 2, so there are teams certainly here, and there are teams that haven't gotten to this playoff that we are looking at right now that have really showcased their playoff points already. And, you know, Xenox, we take a look at this first board. These are the top 30 right now. We know top 30 go to championships here, but let's talk about this second board, because these, I'm looking, listen, I love them to death, but GMT Esports, they got to show up to this weekend.
Yeah, and there's obviously a lot of teams that are going to have to show up this weekend that are, you know, maybe from 40 to 60 right now. This is an opportunity for them to collect some points and put themselves in a position where they can finish inside of the top 40. But, you know, on the flip side, in that first graphic we had, there's some teams like, I mean, Dreamfire inside of the top 5 are not here. So they're on 150 points. Is that going to be enough? We'll have to wait and see. But
you know, there's going to be a couple of teams that are also not here watching on and wondering, are we going to have a place in the championship?
Oh man, and that is the question du jour, and certainly one that we will have a better understanding of here at the end of our 3 days of competition for playoffs. Well, we have so many ways for you to get the most out of your ALGS viewing experience, and one of those ways is one of our favorites. If you've been here before, you know it, you love it. It's called Multiview, and it takes a little bit of a form like this.
We're gonna
it's exactly
cut
as
that
it
off
sounds.
for a little while. So just to talk about it on my point of view and everything that I'm seeing here, in the end of the day, from what I'm looking at, it's going to be a grind for these guys that lose and are not in the top 20 in the winners bracket. That's going to be where it gets interesting. But I honestly really do feel, like I said, I want to watch a couple games because this is a different ball game. You know, when you sit me at home and I play a video game by myself, it's different than when I go live on stream and I'm kind of in a conscious state of playing. Then you throw me in Stockholm, far away from my normal routine, especially as gamers. It really is a different energy. Some of these players are nervous. Some of these players are panicking. Some of these players are just the best in the world and they're super confident and they're going for it all. And you're going to get different performances and you're going to see it and you'll probably be surprised with your pick and you'll say, dang, you know, I really thought this team was on fire, and they were. All of a sudden, they get to the landline, which I'm so happy for, by the way. They get to this landline, and they're dealing with a lot of trouble, and it's, you know, a whole different ballgame. Some teams will excel even more. Other teams might feel that pressure. So this is honestly not an easy task, and getting back into the flow, and I hope that it stays this way for the rest of the year and we get landlines after landline. Hopefully nothing, bless all these people and bless the staff, everybody, you know, can get home and everything is good for everybody, because it is a lot of pressure and you're live and you're in place. So I just want to give you guys that perspective, because it is just as important as, like, you know, hey, this team has done this, this team has done that. So you're not even there and I feel hype. Yeah, KOD. Hey, you're gonna be there, man. We hold the CBL is proud of how many teams we've helped get to that point. And you know, we'll talk about the teams that are in there from our leagues and the players at some point during these watch parties. I don't want to talk about it to start off. We kind of want to just focus on the event, give the event the shine that it needs, and let it be what it's gonna be. Again, man, who do you got winning it all? You know, that's the question for you guys. Hold on a second. I want to. There we go. I just wanted to post something on my Discord. But yeah, so you see, you know, we're used to these top guys, these top teams we already know and love and that we respect for their performances. TSM, and they've been here before. It's not like it's all new. You know, you got Optic, you have Empire, and these are teams to watch for their views. And my thing is we've seen what they can do in landline events before for the most part, and it's a new day though, because this is the first time in a long time we've gotten the landlines back. So this is gonna be crazy. I'm just you know, baffled here with what's gonna happen. And for me as a host, being able to just watch and kick it, and I'm not, no pressure. I'm not here to do commentary or you know, do an esports presentation, so I get to just vibe out for a little while. I'm gonna turn my camera off later, or turn the stream off later when I want to lay back on the sofa and watch this as it happens. So get ready for that. But yeah, man, we got crazy greatness. As you can see right here, everybody's at these events, and these players around the globe coming over to Stockholm, you know, and it's a different environment, man. You probably stayed up all night because you were nervous. I've been in big performances and I've done shows and events for music, and you know, you kind of get so excited you can't sleep, and there's so much going on, and we love it. And check it out, we got Storm Point for 3 games, just like I said is important for our players. That's why you see I host the exact same setup. Basically try to keep everything in the ALGS format so that the players are ready, the players are good to go, and that we have a dope time in these events, instead of it being all like we got our creative version and nobody knows what's happening. We want everyone to be ready for these pro league events. All right, all of us will be here, and there'll be plenty, and I mean plenty of people on deck that you might know. So, but yeah, so I'm just hyped, man. And hold on a second, I wanted to open up something on my website while I discuss it. And look at the cast here. That's the talented cast. We have some great guys, of course. Kate, top tier. These are the guys that I will call out here. Rain Day, aka Mr. Ray, love him. Vicky, definitely awesome stuff right there. It's a good cast right now. Fallout in the building. You know, these guys are representing their own organizations, and they're just too cool for school. There's a plenty of times we got to see if they got what it takes to be casters and hold it their own during these events. And you know, definitely good stuff. And again, seeing Kate, seeing Kate here with her new haircut live in person is pretty sick. And we just blessed, man. We just blessed. So I expect top tier performances from everybody, man. They're doing a great job with the cast so far. You can tell the broadcast team is really good. So if you really know about broadcasting live events, changing the cameras, even moving the cameras like slow motion and bringing it in, zooming it in, and these are very important stuff. So, and you can see right now, Vicky is excited, a little overexcited. She's holding her smile. And then Fallout is hyped too with the flow. And let's just listen in for a second to hear these guys.
Well, I mean, it's just crazy to see all these players here. We are ready for it. I mean, this is exactly what these players have worked for, and we are here live. Before we jump into game number 1, though, we got to go over the points. We got to go over what our players are going to be looking out for. Those placement points are so extremely important. First place, you'll find yourself with 12 points. Second, 9 points. Third with 7 points, and so on and so forth down the ladder. Of course, KP is so important, but that's why those 12 points is exactly what you want in that first place spot, so that way you can feel settled down in that first game.
That's right. KP, of course, being kill points, 1 point per kill. So you have 2 play styles. You can play aggressive, edge fighting, play for kills, or you can rotate early, play for placement. APAC North, actually, traditionally, last time we were on LAN, 950 plus days ago, was known to be the aggressive region. Now, the exact opposite. They play Crypto, they play Watson, they play a little Caustic. They like to rotate early, find positions, and post up chill. So expect a variety of metas from each region, and that's what's so exciting, Vicky, right? For the first time in such a long time, we have an international competition. We've had all of these kind of bubbles, if you will, the North American League, the EMEA League. Which regions have elevated and ascended, and which regions have maybe staggered behind? We have no idea which region is the best.
This is the first time we see all these regions compete against each other on LAN. This is the first time that we get to see all these compositions come together, and this is exactly where you want to be. If you want to figure out which of these regions are the strongest, which of them will come out on top, as we take a look at Scars first, making the rotation.
And Scars, of course, playing with a substitute here. You'll see Taishin on screen twice. That's a visual bug. Apologies for with that is IPN playing alongside this squad. IPN, former member of Alliance, so we know their substitute, of course, a significant competitor with a significant amount of experience, playing alongside one of the dynasties, really, of the EMEA in Alliance, alongside Hockeys and Wives. I'm excited to see IPN in his debut as a substitute here. For Scar, is obviously tragic that Andy is not going to be able to compete with this team this weekend, but we are beyond
Okay,
excited.
we're gonna mute them for a second. So yeah, so what we're looking at, I was watching it through my phone because I wanted to be on Twitch and YouTube, kind of show some support. So on my phone, I'm have it up as well. So this map is closing down south, which is incredible. I would love to see a shipfall ending here. Would be very interesting to see how teams play that. But you know, it's not that easy. But I like what I'm seeing. I'm so used to having to manage this. It's weird just watching and not having to manage it myself. But I ain't complaining. You know what I'm saying? I ain't complaining right now. So we're looking at TSM, a very popular content creation brand here that, you know, say what you want about content creators, man, but there's just top tier guys in TSM, and it's not always I'm a content creator, look at me. It's like I'm a pro player and we do this. So that's what I love when I see guys like TSM. Yes, they might have some content creators like myself who just have fun and enjoy creating content, but then they have these players who are top tier. And one of the things that you gotta know, you know, you got Rip here who, you know, has been doing some cool stuff with them, and they have a new flow to them, and I'll talk about it later, and we'll see where they'll go because they switched on over to Empire. And Empire, man, again, it's one of those things when you establish yourself enough to kind of gain the respect and put yourself in those positions, those proper positions. I love that. So big time respect. And already TSM in the fight right now, and I am going to do a little commentary. They're currently popping some shots off and doing a good job with that. Looking to see what they can do here. Of course, you know, having a good defensive area to work with is critical. And all they got to watch out for is getting pushed underneath or anything like that. But they're looking very, very comfortable. They do have about 4 teams in the area. So a third party is going to happen at some point if they can't finish this fight against SZ. Currently, you have 100 Thieves also in a different area getting busy, popping off some shots. Really great wingman stuff. You know, got me, guys. Wingman and Peacekeeper all day. And I got to give credit right now to my man, the myth, the legend, Anum, who you know, signed and did amazing last year, winning, and now he's with them. And look at, there's a lot of action going on right now. The Crazy Raccoons, you gotta love that name, currently also in the mix. There's tons of teams pretty much spreading out, prepping for this, and there's still 20 teams, so nobody's committed just yet, but there is a fight and teams are getting down. EMP definitely getting some shots in and knocking a team ace at the moment. And again, some of these teams you've seen in our events over and over, and I love it. I love it. So it's one of those things where if you lose a player, are you going to stay in the fight, or are you going to back off and play a 2-man game hoping to come back? We'll see how it all works. And 4-7 getting aggressive here. Let's see how it goes. Man, I'm telling you guys, I love Valkyrie's tactical, passive, and ultimate. Just good. And look at this, the crypto. One thing that I will say that I predicted, and I'm going to continue to retweet for the rest of this event this weekend, a crypto main will win the finals. And we'll find out on Sunday, but a crypto main will win the finals. Crypto will be in the championship team is what I tweeted And I'm standing by that, and I still believe in that 100%. And then agree to disagree. Of course, there's options. We'll see. You said Team Optic gonna go crazy. I can feel it. Let's see if they do, man. That'll be interesting if you get that pick right. I don't have a team just yet, but I know that a crypto main, if these teams ain't rocking crypto, they done lost. So I got to start looking at who's rocking crypto, and maybe a team will change up and play crypto later on. It's usually not the case. Usually teams practice with a specific play style and then they stick to it no matter what. Of course, you see a lot of Valk and a lot of Gibby. That's going to be the meta for these events. There's no way that changes until the new legend comes out. But I'm assuming that the championship team will be having a crypto as their main in these events. So when you see a winner on Sunday night, you're going to see a crypto main as the winner. And Team Optic right now, the team one of my viewers was talking about, are down one player and they're getting hit very hard. They have a team in front of them and inside, so they're doubling down on trouble. Optic has to be very careful here. And it looks like they're going to be fighting with TSM as well. TSM getting busy with those nades. Amazing nades. Downing 2 players here. Pretty much cleaning up shop. There it is. TSM taking out Scars right off the rip. First team to go down is Scars by TSM. And that was perfectly done, in my opinion. Holding their ground. And they got to be careful here. We got Optic being able to try to stay alive, one man versus all. And if it's a Caustic, you don't have a lot of movement. You have to be very careful. He's got to hope nobody pushes him. And if they don't know that he's down to his last player, and they do, and here it is, the PK comes out, some shots raining down, and he is getting hit. A very, very difficult situation to be in. He has nowhere to go at the moment. And he's got to make a decision to back out of there, revive his teammate, do something, and he's going to get inside and try to take on a 3-man squad and getting eliminated. Optic Gaming down and out on that one. Again, top tier stuff right here. TSM doing their job, scoring big. They already got a lot of points just to start off, so you got to give them that credit performance wise, and they have a good position in the ring. They're very comfortable. I'm so used to being able to commentate and look at the map and see the stats. I can't do any of it. I can only do whatever the producers show, and I love it. This is a relaxed commentary for me. So as you're looking at right now, we're checking out team, I call them Zen or Team X, one of the two. You make up your mind. Right now they're starting to try to get onto this edge here and fight this team off as they go, and they got to be very careful. It's not always a good decision, and to get a Horizon out push on to them, nothing's working. They have a Gibby bubble. They're comfortable. They don't have to worry about this fight too much, and it's starting off very aggressive. And CR, Crazy Raccoons, looking like they're about to clear up Team X right now. Team X has their Wraith. They're just trying to survive this scenario. Can they do it is a question. And my, oh my, Crazy Raccoons are getting third-partied by 4-7, doing a good job to get in on this fight and push them as hard as possible during this scenario. I'm loving it. Very, very keen stuff by here by Team 4-7. And I'm liking Team 4-7 already because they have a crypto, okay? We're going with the crypto. Team Crypto. I don't care who it is. I'm Team Crypto until the very end. And I'm sticking by my guns. I just made my decision that there's gonna be, no matter what I feel or think, automatically a crypto team's gonna win. And I gotta look up to see who's rocking crypto all the time and make my decision sometime today before the stream ends. But I'm going with 4-7 at the moment. They came in with a third party, showcased that they could take out a team, perfectly timed third party, and they got a crypto. The main thing. That's the main thing that matters, don't it? Oh man. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoying it, man. We're having some fun. And getting the ball rolling as we go. And again, ASUN are currently rotating, and this is a tough rotate right here. They don't have a lot of cover. They're going to be getting deep into the end game situation, and they have another team right in front of them where they want to go. They have to be extremely careful. This is going to be a tough time. And this is the type of thing that I talk about all the time. Those rotations, really critical. And we're looking at them struggle here as they basically fight through multiple teams spraying them, and they get taken out. All because of the drop when you're getting off of a Valkyrie ult. Got to make sure you have some type of cover. Even if you're fighting and fighting a team, it's still important to have that cover. And we're looking at right now, I like to call these guys the Finns because they're actually getting eliminated as well. I mean, they just eliminated one of the other players. And look at this right now, using another crypto. This might be the team as well, guys. Anybody with a crypto is winning. All right, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm saying. And I ain't changing my mind no matter what. Say what you want. That's what I'm sticking to my guns. And how does everybody feel about me saying that? Is that a crazy thing to assume? And Team Empire here sitting comfortable. I'm looking into my phone right now to see if this. I'm supposed to be getting the. There is some drops happening on Twitch, and I'm looking up. I don't know if I can confirm or deny that I'm active, and I would like to know if it is. If it isn't, it is what it is, man. I'm gonna be watching a lot of this anyways. It doesn't say here. It doesn't say. All right, so GTM Esports, we were talking about them a couple weeks ago, up and down and in the standings. You know, it matters. I'm sorry to say it. Teams that are in the lower half of things where they're not getting a lot of points really does matter. Right now they're camping, holding positions. We've been seeing this a lot from the US teams that were talking about it earlier. Usually US teams are very aggressive. They want to show off for their streams, kind of put in some work, very confident. But it's a good thing when you get humble, because then you can play smarter and not put yourself in bad positions. So we gonna see. But yeah, so far so good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. You see another team here. We're gonna look at the bracket, and I gotta write these teams down, guys. I really do. I'm gonna create a little folder for myself right now with the teams that have a crypto. All right, just so that I can be on point. Teams with crypto. I can only remember 2, but we'll see how many they are. And right now, pretty good stuff if you ask me, when it comes to overall, and a lot of aggressiveness here from TSM. They're still holding their position where they were. They did a lot of good work clearing out a lot of teams already, but they got to rotate in a second here. So this is one of those decision makings on where to go, what to do, and how to go for it. Yeah, nope. So far, so good. It's been a pretty interesting night of the first game. Some teams super aggressive, others playing positioning, and then you gotta love it. Again, I'm gonna be casually watching and commentating, not doing like hardcore commentary, not hosting these events. I'm just here watching and hanging with y'all. So talk to me, man. And we're looking at, I like to call them Loom, because they can definitely do some great things, and we're gonna see what they can do right here with this massive, beautiful shots, perfectly done by them. And Loom losing one of their players, but it's not over. Look at this, 2-on-1 right now, but they got to be careful. Crypto daring to go into his drone in the middle of a fight. This is why Crypto's tough to play, and it's gonna be a third-party scenario. Man, dang, that was great stuff right there with the third-party situation. TSM cleaning up shop here. Wow, perfectly done, TSM. Like I said, you know, these teams have been around a long time, and they continue to shine and showcase that they got what it takes. So I gotta respect and appreciate that. Much love to all the teams playing, man, giving me some excitement and hoping for a great finale on Sunday. So, and 4-7, the team that I want to perform well really, I'm not saying them specifically, but they have a Crypto, so I believe Crypto needs to get the respect that he deserves, and I think he's been getting it slowly. But look at Liquid here. Team Liquid, if you guys know me, I'm a Metal Gear fan, and Liquid is from our team. The original Team Liquid was created because of Metal Gear way back, sheesh, when I was playing in the tournaments for Metal Gear in the early 2000s. And man, oh man, teams are getting ripped, and we're looking at another Crypto team called Reject. We'll see what they can do right now. TSM down to their last player, guys, finding a way to clear that up for the most part. Somehow TSM, it's kind of weird. The kill feed says that TSM is eliminated, but then they're still on the alive. There's a weird visual glitch maybe, or delay on the feed versus the setup. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a minute, guys. But yeah, I'm liking Rejects. So there's 3 teams with Cryptos so far that I can see, and for the next event I'll definitely watch and see what they're picking, and the next game I'll see what they're picking and then make my decisions from there. So the reason Crypto's so good is because if you're a great team, right, you don't need the babysit Octane or Ash sometimes, or you don't need the wall hack broken mechanic. You can replace that with a Crypto, and it can really be special because he has so much utility at the end game, especially for the grand finale with a solid team. It's definitely doable. So and right now there's only 2 teams left. Team Empire about to pop off and get some work done. You got to be very careful here. They're about to get pushed right now, and it's the grand finale, guys, right here. Team Empire popping their shots. They got a nice setup here. Very aggressive team. No Gibby at all. Basically not trying to use the broken dome, and actually showcasing some extra special skills to not have to use that. Wowzers. Shots rained off. grand finale here. Is it me or is it Team Empire versus Team Empire right now? Just playing. It really is, First round looking good for the finale right now. And RC doing a good job. Team Reject with the crypto. Can they finish it off? It's a 1-on-2 scenario. And there it is. Empire cleaning it up. Great stuff by Empire right there to be able to capitalize. And it was just a good finish and a good start for game number 1. Still got a lot more games to go, baby. Don't sleep on us. It was a sweating. You feeling that pressure, but it was a good performance so far. I love it, man. I love it. This is what we live for right now. And we will go into some commentary to see what they're saying in between the games to give you guys just a little bit of some visuals and some communication and talk.
That made them consistent, and now arguably the best team in EMEA. We sleep on this team way too much. It's about damn time we stop doing it.
That's why we have to focus on them when it comes to those team fights. Team Empire really coming through to show that no matter if you have the positional advantage, they still were able to force that team off of that dome building.
Yeah, well played. And it's not just that, that late game fight, the way they took that 3v3 with confidence, great. But that's just a microcosm for the way that they played all game long. I mean, they were playing with aggression. They were playing with confidence. Vicky, they finished with 12 kills and a first place finish. That's going to be a 24-point game for Team Empire. What a way to start.
I know, it's absolutely amazing. You even see the emotions on the players, how they feel. A lot of nerves coming into that first game, but that's going to get over and done with as we go through more of these other games Fallout.
Absolutely, and we're of course going to walk you through the standings here in just a moment. But for now, you see them sipping on that Monster Energy, making sure they're staying energized as Team Empire swinging and starting so incredibly strong here. For those that are maybe just tuning in for the first time, maybe new to competitive Apex, first things first, welcome to competitive Apex Legends. This is the Apex Legends Global Series, the most hype esport in the world, and it is showing. We are back on LAN competition. We got a 60-player, 20-team Battle Royale opportunity for these teams to fight through group stages, and that's the most interesting thing in my eyes, Vicky. I've been casting BRs for a while now, before Apex came out. There's no format like this. To have a group stage format into a double elimination bracket, into a championship match point format finals, that's going to be on Sunday, is one of a kind.
All these teams will have the opportunity to play one another, to have the opportunity to see what is different across all these other regions, which composition is going to come out on top, which team is the strongest team amongst them all here in this national competition.
That's right. We're doing a quick pan around these teams. The Gildersons on the far left. Talk about a story. The young controller player, one of the youngest players in the competition, playing with Nocturnal. Mr. Veteran, been competing for a long time. He's only 23, 24, but he's considered a vet in this scene. Continue to scroll around, looking at these things. You saw TSM earlier, the debut of Verhulst. I mean, talk about Verhulst's first performance, his first time playing on LAN. 18 or 19 years old from Kansas City, Missouri, and talk about showing up. The controller god, the rising star, the best story we've had. Really rags to riches in Apex Legends.
It's beautiful too, because you can see the support that Verhulst has from his former team coming away from ESA, how he just supports how ESA gets picked up by Optic joining in on the space. Just the sportsmanship that we see across all our players have been amazing to watch. Even before today, just seeing how these players are prepared with one another. But look at the raw emotions that these players are showing.
I thought he was fist bumping the camera, bro. I'm like, this guy's hamming it up right now. Cleve. What's up, bro? All right, I like that confidence. Back to TSM. We talked about Verhulst, and I meant metaphorical rags, of course. Big shout out to the Verhulst family. Multiple siblings who got Verhulst into competitive gaming. His older brothers who got him into playing, and his whole family supported him. He was an amateur, played a little bit of Call of Duty before, but didn't really have a competitive background, and rose to the top from ranked. Grinded online. It's kind of that story that's aspirational. Every single one of you watching right now can have the Verhulst story. It's the craziest part about the ALGS. There's open tournaments. Nick Merckx, so many teams are qualifying right now through that challenger circuit. You could be a ranked warrior. You could be an arenas warrior. You could be a control warrior. It doesn't matter. Start grinding, start competing in the challenger circuit, and you can qualify to be here, just like Verhulst did just a year and a half, 2 years ago.
That's what I love so much about Apex Legends, is seeing a lot of these players coming in from controller, coming in from mouse and keyboard, competing together in one bracket. But before we get into that, Fallout, let's take a look at the match 1 results so far. Team Empire, not only did they take first place, like you mentioned, Fallout, but they also were able to claim 12 kills in total.
And Reject right behind them. So we knew Empire would have 24. Reject with 17 and a firm second place. I mean, off the rip here, Vicky, let's just look at the top 7, top 8, top 10. We got EMEA on top. We got APAC North in second. We got North America in 3rd through 5th, and again, APAC North in 6th and 7th. It is insane to see the distribution right now, and I don't want to get ahead of myself by any means, but a lot of people thought North America would come in and steamroll. Well, look at Optic Gaming, look at these North American and EMEA teams. Scars on the bottom, not a good start for them, but overall, very well distributed.
And something to highlight in that first page, TSM, 10 kills in falling in 4th place. Yeah, they didn't claim those 12 kills, but what a showcase from TSM, and Team Liquid putting down all that damage, still were able to end in 3rd, but with only 3 kills.
That's right. I want to talk about Reject again. A team that you might not know a lot about, Junghi, Minseong, and Dogma from Korea, a Japanese esports organization. They've never gotten first place in an ALGS competition, the elusive first place. That was me in my pro playing career. I got second like 7,000 times. I could never get first. I had the second place curse. It looks like Reject might be similar. They got 3rd place in the Pro League in Split 1. A couple second place finishes in ALGS online tournaments here and there. Who knows? You know, could that Cinderella story, could that elusive first place come here in the playoffs?
I know you were having that PTSD just looking at that happen, right? But the champions got, oh, can we talk about the graphics out here? The holo sprays? Oh, that is beautiful. I want to get that holo spray. I want the Cleave holo spray right there. I love the Bloodhound, but look at the damage output, 2,456 damage. Are you kidding me?
Insane. And talk about the team comp. This is the team that ran Mad Maggie in the Pro League, Vicky. This time they're running Bloodhound. They are probably the no Gibby, a Gibbyless team. Everyone thought you had to have Gibraltar. People laughed at APAC North for running Watson over Gibraltar. Well, look at Cleave running Bloodhound and dominating. Oh my God, that's awesome to see.
Insane, insane. We've seen that sometimes from EMEA where we see the Bangalore come out instead, and it's really risky where you have the bombardment come. Yeah, shout out to Shiv, of course, making that movement there on Storm Point, really showing that success in the EMEA region. But this time around, it's not the Bangalore. We're seeing the Bloodhound. We're seeing the Val. We're seeing the mobility being prioritized on Storm Point. I know we highlight a lot the verticality that's so important on that map, and you see it right
Vicky's
there.
like,
not only did they have a heavy fragging, they took the dub on top.
I keep laughing. She's so hype. I could dig it today. I gotta tweet her.
They can keep it up in game number 2. We're gonna jump to a very quick break. I'm Fallout. This is Vicky Katie. Hope you're enjoying the action at home as much as we are. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Wait, I spelled the wrong name. So far, so good, guys. It's been a really good event. I'm loving it so far. We're gonna let this play out. I think this is a replays. Yeah, the highlight of the grand finale on game number 1.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the Apex Legends Global Series.
So far, so good. Let's see what happens on this next game. So, for the next game, this is what I expect. Those teams that were trying to go crazy might get humble and say, "Hey, man, it didn't work out for us. Let's figure this out." The teams that perform well will follow their own lead and they'll stick to that same pattern. Now, sticking to the same pattern doesn't always work. What I mean by that is like dropping in the same area. Very good for you to get rotation and things like that. But it's very difficult because sometimes another team might know you're going there and they fought you earlier, so they'll be ready for you this time, and it can throw the whole sequence off balance, and it gets really interesting from there. So that's the dynamics and the importance of Battle Royale, having 20 teams in a map, you know, all battling to get each other, you know, out of there, let's just say. So I'm digging it right now. So far, so good. We have 3 teams with cryptos, okay? We got Rejected, 4-7, and Funnel. And I got to find where the scores are, guys. Does anybody know where I could look up these stats? Do they have them live on their website? Because that's going to help me also make a decision. Just to see what the heck is going on. I'm not seeing it right now, but hopefully I find it. Might be able to find it through the Twitch broadcast. There we go. Let's see what this. Let's see. Give me a second here, guys. Try and find the scores. Oops, what did I press? So much speed. It's crazy. Yeah, it doesn't show the results. Here we go. Okay. First game results so far. Reject got second place. They had a crypto. I like it. 4-7 also had a crypto. They came in 7th place. That's funny that they came in 7th. Funnel came in 10th place. And they're in, I'm sorry. They're in 8th place. Pretty good. So far, those are the teams that I'm picking specifically just because of what legend they have. Again, I just think a crypto is gonna win this whole thing. So he's gonna come in critical. It's my opinion. My opinion. Man, this website has all the details. I love it. Really dope. I gotta listen to Vicky. She's making me a bigger fan. I thought she was awesome, but
nervous, ending not only with a dub, but with 12 kills to their name.
24 points.
Oh man, I gotta tweet this girl.
Top teams from APAC North and North America also playing aggressive, and that's the crazy thing. I mean, if you missed game number 1, glad you're here for game number 2, but you missed something awesome. I mean, we had 14 teams left in Zone 3 on Storm Point, and if you're new to competitive APAC, Storm Point is known to be a slower paced. Teams rotate early, not a lot of fight, not a lot of edge fighting. This time around, well, that was not the case. I mean, we thought on land these teams would be nervous. We thought they'd be avoiding fights. They'd be scared to take fights. Not the case at all. And this team right here, Team Empire CIS organization. You see Ranch? Look at this guy. He's just so chill.
Yeah,
he's giving the most casual, semi-awkward wave, you know?
We were talking about nerves. He looks like he's so far away from that. He just looks like, hey, you know what? This is another day here at work. I'm so used to doing this here. And I love to see all of these players, just the raw emotion now that they're here on land.
That's right. We just saw Scars right there. And actually, shout out to our production team. The tell of two tales, right? In a lot of ways. You have the #1 team, Team Empire. Best team in EMEA.
I had to just tweet her because she hasn't tweeted in a while.
They're playing with IPN in the place of Mandy as a substitute. Unfortunate for them, but not the best start. But IPN is proven. I mean, he played with Alliance. He performed on Alliance. He is a top player in EMEA. All eyes on Scars. All eyes on GMT. Can they perform here in game number 2?
Gonna have to see. Storm Point, of course, just to reiterate for those of you guys tuning in right now, we are starting the first 3 games on Storm Point and then ending the last 3 games on World's Edge for those of you guys that are just wondering. First time here in Split 2 that we get to see 2 maps, of course, and we've seen how that's changed things up across all the regions between team composition switches, between team mindset, the way they want to rotate, and it's so important because we highlight the POIs, we highlight Storm Point, especially from those teams that start off in the northern side of Storm Point, and the distance that they're able to obtain with the Valkyrie deploy coming in from high ground into low ground.
That's right. First time we've seen a 2-map competitive series since Kings Canyon and World's Edge way back 2+ years ago. TSM, a team that has had their way, their drop spot. They've always dropped center map. That's their strategy. Drop center map, which means no matter where the zone goes, you can rotate early. In Kings Canyon back in the day, it was Cage. In World's Edge, it was Fragment East. Here on Storm Point, of course, they're dropping Antenna. And it seems to work out for them. I just gotta say, look at this beautiful map. Shout out to Respawn. The fact that we got another competitive map in Apex has been such a treat, Vicky.
I know, I love it. I love all the little new things that we've also just integrated, not only just the map, but the multi-view feature, the stats feature, for those of you guys that want to follow even closely into what these teams are doing, who's engaging onto who. There's so many teams to watch, but there's also so much action when it comes to those choke points, looking at where the circles are going to be pulling for us.
If esports were a bunch of stock, there's an esports stock market, I'm investing in Apex Legends. It's on the up and up. Obviously got a little bit of bias there, but you're spot on, brother. The advancements made in the ALGS over the last year, the viewership has gone up. It's been skyrocketing. Big shout out to people like Nick Merckx, Imperial Hal, who've been loving this game. It's such a good competitive game, and ALGS, competitive Apex, and Apex Legends Esports is on the up and up. We're going to jump on board with Team Empire to kick this one off.
Ranches? The Bangalore?
Am I getting trolled right now?
I mean, can we talk about prophecy? We were just talking about this composition from EMEA in Storm Point. Not only are they still not going to be running the Gibby composition, but instead, talk about makeshift cover. Talk about mobility.
Bro.
You got the smokes, you got the redeploy coming in from Maliwan, and you got Cleave still on the Bloodhound.
I'm at a loss for words. Shout out to Team Empire doing something that no other team in competitive Apex does and switching it up, going off meta. Bloodhound, map number 1. Bloodhound in Bangalore in map 2. After you just dropped 24 points, no other team would do that.
You know, let's ignore the thermal side, right? Let's talk about the scan into the smokes, how important that's going to be for the composition that we're seeing from Team Empire. You can see the confidence that they're feeling. You talked about those early contentions, though, for those POIs. GMT facing off against Fennel right now, early on in game number 2. GMT already eliminated. What a quick fight off the rip in game number 2, going in favor for Fennel.
And perhaps it was foreshadowing.
Let me go ahead and mute them real quick. Yeah, man, for sure. As I was stating all the time on every stream, I'm like, try something different. Try something different. Be great. Be great. And I talk a lot of smack because I'm tired of seeing Gibby only on every single team. It's like he has like a 99% pick rate in the competitive scene. And, you know, you're seeing some teams stray away from that. And then also, you know, if they don't have a Bloodhound, they'll have a Valkyrie, and then it's like, that's cool and all, but what's going on with Crypto? And that's why this year I'm automatically sticking to my guns on whoever picks Crypto as their main, they will win this tournament. I'm staying to it, even though it's a hard pick, man. And I definitely agree, which was dope to see the different legends being used, and then they still go crazy. It's incredible. This map is closing up a little north, which I like. Should be fun stuff right here. Team Liquid trying to figure it all out. Again, I'm scouting these teams to see how they're feeling and what they're doing. Empire definitely impressive. They're switching their legends multiple times. Very impressive to be able to have that confidence. And then on top of it, a legends without a Crypto. I mean, without a Bangalore. I'm sorry, without a Gibby. Putting in Bangalore or Crypto, that's true confidence in your skills and abilities. So you got to respect these teams that are trying something different, you know? So, but is nothing wrong. And just so everybody knows, we're not shaming the pros for using. Pros are smart. They play practical. They're going to pick whatever is the best advantage for them. And that's why Gibby's always picked. It's not that he's a bad legend. It's just the most reliable when it comes to that dome that's pretty overpowered. And speaking of overpowered, let's check it out right now. It's looking like some good shots being ran right here by Team Liquid. And man, that Loba usage is critical. He just ran through the window knowing he can get back inside with his teammates. Superstar status right there. And that's what I love about Loba. Her ultimate's fun and everything, but to me, her escapability, one of the best escape artists in the game, squeezing through windows, you know, just getting over to weird places pretty easily. You gotta love that. And we'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be interesting. Do I think Gibby needs a nerf? I don't think you watch my streams, bro. I complain about Gibby not because he's not great. He's one of the best in the game. He is top 2 legends, if not number 1 overall for esports and for ranked, in my opinion. But the fact that if you look at the pick rate, he's getting a 99 or 100% pick rate for the most of these esports events, that's pretty sad. That there's 20 legends right now. There's gonna be 21 next week or whatever when the new legend comes out. So there should be usage of different legends. And if we took Gibby out, you'll see a lot of other legends be played. And you know, very few teams do that. So today, for example, there's about 2 teams not playing Gibby right now on this game, this match. 2 out of 20. So that's pretty high up there, you know, when it comes to pick rate. And, you know, the devs' jobs is to balance these things. And I think they do an amazing job, by the way. We got a lot of legends we can use and a lot of variety in our play styles. And Elevate is also another team using Crypto. I'm going to write that down. I love it. More teams using Crypto. Let's go. But yeah, so that's all I'm saying, man. And we'll see where and how it all works. There's no wrong answer in the sense of Gibby don't really need a nerf. He doesn't get picked by regular players. He only gets picked by the pro players, by top players. He's not a casual. So there's, 5 million people who don't play Gibby. Then the esports scene, it's a 99% rate of them picking him. So he doesn't need a nerf. In fact, the devs want to find a way to make him better for the public. So it is what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in my opinion when it comes to just trying to figure it all out and go from there with these legends. And the variety's getting better. I feel like this Storm Point map has given the variety to us. Bangalore is more viable again. She was basically ignored recently for a while, and then Storm Point came out and kind of opened the door for her to really be useful. And the scene is amazing, man. Again, 20 plus legends, 21 soon. So we are blessed. We are blessed. So yeah, I can't complain. I am complaining, but I'm not. Everyone knows Gibby's broken, but it's a part of the meta. You can't not use him. It's like if there's a gun that's the most powerful, all the players are going to use him. That's why Gibby's so ill. And right now, Ascend getting eliminated there. But I'm loving what I'm seeing here. And by the way, talking about that Gibby nerf, I do think possibly, hopefully, Newcastle could make Gibby less attractive. If Newcastle's tactical and ultimate are very strong and they're really, really useful in the situations, people will give up Gibby and they'll start using Newcastle. I hope it happens because at least it gives us a variety and change in the meta. Now, I don't want to talk about this too much. Again, this is like a developer feedback type of conversation for Reddit or something. But yeah, man, the compositions that you see are starting to change, and we're looking at new formulas in these playstyles. So I love that. More and more and more. And right now, Optic, your team that you picked there in the chat to win. Not everybody picked it. It was one person in the chat picking Team Optic to do some work, and they're doing really good right now with this current push that a team is doing towards them, taking out 2 of the 3 players. Solid stuff by them. Team OG is what I call them, but you can call them whatever you want. You got to be careful. Person has a high ground. They could start picking players off little by little. Doesn't look like they're utilizing it proper. You're going to back all the way off, get chased by OG. And there it is right there. So far, so good by Team OG right here. They are getting third partied, but not afraid. They're not afraid. Someone's asking, by the way, I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, all these places. Someone just asked, why are you up so early, man? I'm not up early. I'm up late. It's one or the other. Now, I went to sleep early. I finished my tournament and then I went to bed. Specifically because I wanted to get up early for this and just watch it. But I decided to watch party, hoping some people will come by and hang out with me for a little bit while I watch it. But in a little while, I might get off and lay back on the sofa and watch the rest of this. And it won't happen until I make my official pick and I tweet it out. And then from there we'll go. Hey, the Gibby player looks like Gibby. Gibby player on optics looks like Gibby. Duplex. It's Gibby's son. Somebody put out a fan theory. We're only an hour in. Second game already kicking off. You know, these games start getting faster, going faster. Once they get the ball rolling, they got it rolling right now. So I would like to see the other brackets. So I can't make official prediction. So I look at everybody's performances after these two games. Because remember, there's more than these groups right now. Team Crazy Raccoons battling them right now. Okay, game one. So hold on, let me look at the schedule. So yeah, so C and D is happening right now also, but that's gonna be happening with Wigs. Wigs is controlling that. So might actually open that up just to see what is happening over there as well while I'm watching this. Kind of real watch. We gonna see. We gonna see. Again, this ain't commentary. This is me chilling, watching. I would be on my sofa right now, laying back if you let me. All right, so Wigs is here, kicking it, screaming at somebody. You can tell he's he's going in right now. Team player, and I don't have their stats. We got to look at their stats and who's controlling it. It's funny. I'm watching Wigs stream muted, and he's like looking at the person he's casting with half of the time, talking to them and not the stream. I love it. We got that energy, man. Where do I see the stats for that game? That's what I want to know. There's a lot going on. A and B. Let's check out Team B. All right. All right, so we're gonna go with C and D and check them out. All right, first game. Team Kick going crazy. Alliance is going crazy. Could dig it. Yeah, so if you want to see the results, guys, you're gonna go to Battlefy. Battlefy has the official results for each match. And if there's a way to put the Man, I want my stats to come out on Battlefy. Is there a way to do that? I gotta look that up. If there's a way to have my stats on Battlefy, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna probably get off after this game and just kick back for the day. I just wanted to do a watch party for a second and kind of just chat about it. a little bit. Duplex definitely looks like Gibby's son. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make my pick right away, man. You know what composition I would like to see? A Valkyrie, a Bangalore, and a Crypto. That's the new championship team for this year. Watching a lot of he said I'm roasting Duplex. Not really. I mean, Gibby's amazing, isn't he? He said I'm roasting him. Not at all, bro. Oh man. Look at TSM coming in for the third party, guys. Oh man, this is gonna get wild. There's more than one team third party in this situation, by the way. Way more than one team. There's 3 teams right in this area for the third party fight, and there it is right here. You can see there's 2 teams TSM is fighting in this situation. You got to be careful about. TSM doing very well today. Definitely not roasting nobody, man. If you tell somebody looks like somebody, I don't consider a roast. Gibby's the best legend in the game, bro. You should be complimented. You feel me? They say I look like Pathfinder. Oh man. Again, today's not a casting. We're not commentating like that. We're just chilling and having some vibes. I'm looking at all the teams from the second groups that are not playing, that we're not watching on this broadcast. Really great stuff, man. Really great stuff. Loving it. Me save this. TSM doing a good job right now. They're basically racking up on points. Still very early. There's 7 teams left. They can get high placement here if they play it smart and continue to hold this for a couple seconds before the ring closes. They got to be careful though. Oh my goodness. Almost took out that Valkyrie there. Wow, they get third partied. It's nothing worse when Gibby goes down on your team. That's the crippling, you know, Gibby's a crutch. Gibby's a broken legend that will allow you to survive anything, make any mistake and fix it. But once he goes down, you don't have that shield anymore. And that's why he's incredible. That's why I say Newcastle will possibly, hopefully, please, Lord, let him be overpowered and let everybody in the community rage about Newcastle. That way I could rage about Gibby at the same time. I'm going to make a campaign. Somebody puts a fix Newcastle, I'll put a fix Gibby hashtag to whatever they say. I'm promising it right now. The moment I see somebody complain about Newcastle on social media, and if there's a hashtag for it, fix Newcastle, I will go and spend an hour a day spamming in the comment section, fix Gibby also. That's the protest. And TSM getting taken out right there by 100 Thieves, doing a good job right now. Let's call it action, guys. 6 more teams 100 Thieves doing okay here. I'm liking the way they working. They're very aggressive with it. This guy looks like a beautiful shots. Only 4 teams left right here. Team Liquid trying to figure it out. Nocturnal doing his thing. 100 Thieves. This guy looks like a ghetto pirate right here. You see him? Vaxlon. He said I'm roasting everybody right now. I'll give you a roast. With that little bandana. It's like a pirate that's a gangster. And here we go. Last 4 teams. A Kraber, Nocturnal. Oh my, can he hit his shots is the question. And Elevated gets eliminated. They did good that round though. They came in 4th place. I think that's pretty good. And this is it right here, the grand finale. What we gonna do? What you gonna do? Somebody said I should stay on for the whole thing. I mean, if I do, I want to commentate it, man. This is making me want to commentate. If I'm really gonna just be on the camera and talking, might as well do the whole cast. You know, I'm gonna have to go to Stockholm and have them invite me and hire me. Somebody was saying, why haven't I, you know, been a caster on these and all that? I never applied, man. You got to apply yourself to something if you want it. Would be nice, but I never thought about it, doing it. Like, as far as like, oh, this is something I want to do, and so I'm gonna go sign up and try. Look at this, somehow surviving 100 Thieves in that situation. And this is it, the last 3 teams for A and B. Excuse me. There it is, Team Liquid getting it done. I wasn't bad. Good stuff. Good stuff. Game number 2 under all said and done. I gotta look this stats up, man, because if there's a way to get your scores up on there, that'd be crazy. But I appreciate y'all, man. It's been good so far. I like what I'm seeing. I'm going to check in on these stats for, oh no, I hit the wrong button. Game number 2. I'm not gonna make an official prediction. I'll tweet out what I think is gonna be going down, but I'm feeling 4-7 so far. They've been killing it. I feel that they're really good. They got a crypto main. And let's listen into these guys.
Page out of Brene Brown's book, Daring to be Great, and they are great indeed. A 29-point game, monstrous performance for Team Liquid. And one quick note before you walk me through the rest of the standings here, Vicky, that's important because the tiebreaker rules say that if you are tied for top 20 to make it into the winner's bracket tomorrow in our championship bracket, it's going to be overall game score, the best possible game score that does it. A 29-point game should, if it does come down to tiebreaker, should do it for Team Liquid. That's huge.
It's insane that they finished with 17 kills after what we had seen in that first game, because they still finished in top 3, but they only secured 3 kills. So you talk about top 3 consistency already after game 2. Team Liquid is up there. Team Liquid is showing that they're here to dominate the LAN. And now looking on the other page, Team Empire, the team that won game number 1, falling in 11th place there with only 1 kill.
That's right. A couple other teams.
Tough.
Empire's
Tough.
Fine in the standings. I can't wait to see the overall standings. But Ascend, Team Burger, GMT, and Scars. All eyes on them. These are teams that perform in Pro League. These are teams that are become household names in EMEA. GMT, I've been a big fan of them for a long time. They were in a S tier, a class of their own with Strafey. Obviously, Strafey's not here. Our heart goes out to him. We got to see if they can perform with Mady here. However, it's all about Team Liquid. Fun, the typical Fuse god, drops 1,808 kills. Gilverson's the controller sensation with 4 kills, 1,600 damage. And Nocturnal, the IGL of this squad, does it big with 1,300 damage and 5 kills of his own. That is a huge 17-kill game for them.
Insane. Look at the graphic, too. You got to flex on them a little bit. Got to show the different compositions that you're rocking here. The Loba, it's absolutely beautiful here, but Team Liquid pretty even in terms of damage overall for this team.
That's right. Great performance from them. You saw Hodzik right behind them, coach of this squad, and just a quick heads up for everybody watching. You see the coaches behind the players, but much like other FPS titles, CSGO and others, the coaches are not live on mic during the game. That's an important distinction. You got to let the players play. The coaches are live on mic after the game, and they can make adjustments, they can make calls. I want to make sure that was noted. But here's the overall standings. Team Liquid jumps up into first place with 39 points. They are on top by a margin, 4-7 right behind them. Look at TSM at 24, Team Empire 26 though.
Yeah, very frag-heavy games for these first 2 games already. Team Liquid jumping up all the way to that first place spot, like you said, 39 points already here. I'm looking at teams like Optic, actually, after that game number 2, we saw them. They were the second team to go down in game number 1 in that crazy skirmish there, and they were able to jump 6 spots after game number 2, and unfortunately, getting ended by TSM once again, who went down by a point, but they're still there in the top 5.
Yeah, and what's happening with TSM here, it's an important discussion. They're known to be an early rotate team, a placement team, but then they like to play edge. They like to fight in those late games. After they find favorable positions, they play edge and they kind of walk in the circle if they can. And they've done that. They've found success, but unfortunately, they're finding themselves in pretty bad positions. You saw it right there, the reps bubble, unfortunately not able to connect, and they got taken out on their rotation, but so far, they're playing aggressive. I like the aggression here. I wouldn't change anything.
No, absolutely not. And that's what's great, too, because usually on Stormpoint, at the very start, where a lot of our teams were trying to figure out which compositions they felt comfortable with, the verticality that was so important on a map like Stormpoint with the high to low ground disparity, I'm wondering here that a lot of these teams now just feel much more comfortable, and they're looking to be a lot more aggressive in this lobby. So it's really impressive to see how that's continuing on, even going into game number 2.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll keep all eyes on the mainstream, but want to take a look at the secondary match, the secondary stream lobby, and guess what? It's AD Raccoon and Reignite without Jen Burton, by the way. In second place, JMW of Kungarna substituting for that team. The most common sub-team is Kungarna, because 2 of them are from Sweden, JMW from the UK, playing with, well, his representing their queen, if you will, his Aussie friends down under. And they're in second place right now, Kick, and then it's players in Alliance behind them. So I don't see G2 in the top 5. They're in 9th place overall, and it's all EMEA and APAC in the top 5.
Insane. That's insane. I love it. We talk about land, energy on the other side of the page. What's going on there, energy? What's happening there? We talk about the IGL performance from Sweet, but it's looking like that secondary stream, though, is just as spicy as what we're seeing for our stream right here with A versus D going on for this group.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, you can watch that stream live on Nicewig's channel. He's casting alongside Greek God for a bit of a watch party. He'll be doing it all weekend long on twitch.tv/Nicewig if you want to enjoy that action in addition to the main stream here. I'm Fallout. This is Vicky Kitty. We'll be right back. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have game 3 around the corner here. Don't go anywhere.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to actually get up off this. Reasoning is I'm going to lay on the sofa, put this on my big screen, turn my mics off, turn my lights off, just study some teams and kind of study the presentation. They do a good job with this presentation also. I want to legitimately just chill, man, and watch these. So far, so good. I'm loving it. I can't make a prediction. All I know is that a team crypto with a crypto will win. And on these 2 groups, A and B, Funnel 4-7 looks the deadliest. Rejection and Elevate are the teams that are using crypto for sure. So it might be the teams to beat, man. Besides that, we'll catch up with you guys. I'll stream again later today. I probably might do the 1 p.m. one. I gotta see. I gotta check my plans. We'll see. But we just wanted to do a startup for the watch party so you guys can get hyped about it. Go ahead and check out the official stream, and I'm gonna pull it up on Twitter. There's links to the YouTube version, and then also the where is it? Come on, mate. The YouTube version and the Twitch version. Apologies, guys. I'm literally reading all this stuff. There you go. There you go. Good luck. Check it out. Yeah, hit me up later. We'll see who's doing what. And, you know, I like to go by the eye test on who's performing better during today's events. That way we can really know what's going down. But so far, so good. It's been a fun start. It's 5:30 in the morning, so I'm going to lay down and rest up and watch this. And then we'll be back shortly. Probably tonight by 1 for the second half of this. It's pretty much the same thing, just different teams fighting each other. So first you get A and B, then you got C and D playing on the other stream, and then later on it'll be all mixed up back and forth until everybody plays everybody. And the last games will be at 1:45 Eastern time, PM Eastern Standard Time. All right, so thank y'all so much, man. It's been cool. See